You're now tuned into the Den for the Dominant Convo, platform for all walks of life to learn the perspective of the dominant lesbian on sex, love, life, politics, and everything in between. I am your host, Pat. Thank God they cut off that screen because I was definitely looking at myself. Uh, we're back. We're back. I don't know. We can say this is episode 2, episode 3 of season
We'll say 2.5.
2.5. Y'all know who that
2.5.
is. That's Heather in the building. We have
We're back.
a guest today, Mo.
How you doing? How you doing? Thank you for inviting me, y'all. I appreciate it.
Yeah, Mo is our first Dom since Coach B, I think. Honestly, we haven't had, let me not say that because I don't want Lucky. I don't receive no text messages. So Lucky
We'll be talking about a guest.
Yeah, but Lucky, Kels, and Quita came on in your absence.
Wow.
They was on here, so shout out to them. So they was on here, but to have an actual another Dom that we do not know to come on to the show is a big thing for us. I got to remember to look at this camera right now, so y'all keep reminding me because this is new for us since it's not on. Yeah, Lee, get your ass out of here. Our engineer is leaving out the room now. So I'm appreciative to be here today. This is always an outlet for me. I got a lot going on right now, million things. I'm in an accelerated admin program, and it kicked off this weekend, and it kicked my ass all weekend, and now this week it's just a lot. So it's a lot running through my mind.
We talked on the phone last night. That was the first time you really seemed so all over the place. Normally you be like, yeah, we good. We on this. And last night was the first time I was like, oh, Pat's a little shaky over here. Somebody needs a nap.
Listen, need a nap. I've been living off a NyQuil. I got a lot going on, but everything, it's in due seasons, you have some growing moments and you overcome them, and I'm going to be good. Yeah.
So our guest, Mo.
Yes.
Her and I started conversing from a live that I had done a couple weeks back on the LGBTQ personals page. Shout out to AJ. Thank you for
Heather had me
reaching out.
in goddamn Red Lobster on a damn live.
I was trying, you so busy.
She gonna say, just jump on. I'm thinking like, all right, I'm gonna just jump on. She said, just jump on and say your name, introduce yourself. It turned into a 30-minute goddamn interview.
I was already having some technical difficulties. I couldn't see her, then I couldn't hear, then I kept getting kicked off, and I was like, you know what, Pat, you held it though.
Yeah.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
My biscuits got cold.
Well, go home and butter them. I'm sure Brittany loved that. But Mo jumped on the live, and you were when you let me know that you were from this area, and I was like, oh yeah, the conversation was flowing pretty well. You were hella funny that night. Were you drunk?
So I went out by myself. Let me speak up a little bit. All right, so that night I went out by myself. So
okay.
Newly single.
Okay.
You get what I'm saying? So
okay.
I want to be bothered, but I don't want to be bothered.
Gotcha.
From DC, VA raised me.
Okay.
And I've been out here probably maybe 2 or 3 years.
And out here meaning Baltimore or DC?
On the skirts, so like Glen Burnie, Severn area.
Oh, all right. Cool.
I just come to Baltimore to get a little vibe here.
Cause ain't nothing going on out in Severn and Glen Burnie.
Yeah,
I just moved from Severn for real.
And it wasn't nothing
Nothing
going on
at
there.
all.
I like that.
Yeah.
It was a very peaceful place to live. Like it had its little communities, but you're just so far away from everything.
But
like
that's good. I'd rather live in peace and party in hell.
There you go. You get it.
So you say that you are newly single.
Yes, I am newly single.
What's the longest relationship you've ever been in?
This past one, I think.
How long?
What, 3 years? 3 years past August.
Okay. Who decided to break it off? Or mutual?
A lot happened. A lot really happened.
Oh, shit.
A lot had transpired,
Now, you ain't gonna get no text message after this show.
Listen, I already told the individual what I was doing, so because I got a call at 3 a.m. in the morning. You get
Are you still getting hit up?
It's only
I was the one who was broken up with.
Oh.
So I don't know. When I told you when I was on the live on LGBT personals, I was like, yeah, I'm it's complicated.
Yeah, you said it's complicated,
Yes,
but now
complicated. But hey, if that's the choice that you want, hey, I know my self-worth.
And that's it.
There we go.
And as Doms, it's like we always try to stick it out. We always try to make it work. It's because we still women at the end of the day, and it's like, look at how many heterosexual women put up with niggas that for long terms, long time, and all the shit they put them through. We do the same as Doms.
Yeah.
Like we definitely put up with more than we should. And it's just like it takes
Facts.
something or a lot of things for us to finally break it off. So it's just like I understand what you're saying.
Mm-hmm.
But do you feel like you'll go back, or you feel like you good where you at?
Honestly, we were talking earlier out
Yeah.
there, and sometimes I feel like once you know you get a certain comfort with someone and you go out into the dating pool and you realize what's out there, it's just like, oh nah.
Yeah.
I've only been literally got my feet wet. It's been only probably for real, a couple of days, a couple of weeks. You get what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And I'm like, yo, like no.
Yeah.
Especially with me getting older. I'm 30, but my taste now is totally different. What I'm going for, my standards. I'm like, hold up, wait a minute. If the roles were reversed, would you go for it if it was me coming to you? Like, Shorty don't have no car. Shorty don't got no car. I'm like, okay,
Yeah.
so like, what you do for a living? Oh, I do work with outpatients. Okay, I'm asking them all the questions that normally they would ask me. I'm flipping
Right.
the whole script now. You get what I'm saying? Because at first, you see a cute face.
Mm-hmm.
You just like, oh, okay, you footing the bill. But then it's just like, as you getting older, it's like, hold up, what do you bring to the table?
Yep.
They be like, I am the table. You be like, hold, pause. Pause. You just
It's not fun anymore, huh? It's
you a
not fun
folk.
anymore. And now we're at the stage in our lives where I feel like I'm looking for what's next. When I meet you, it's like, why are you here? In my 20s, it was kind of like, okay, you here, let's just go. But in later life, it's kind of like, all right, what kind of value are you adding to my life? It's not necessarily what are you doing for me? What can I get out of you being here? It's really, what are you bringing to the table? And the table ain't enough. I already got a table.
Right. And they be folding tables, but you ain't no sturdy, good furniture, Ashley furniture ass table. You a
Oh,
folding
TJ
table.
Maxx
Like say,
table.
break it over your back ass table.
Yes. I had seen something on IG. They was like, a lot of women was saying where they wouldn't go on their first dates to.
Yeah, we
get
gonna
me?
talk about that. Yeah, like
Yeah. Well, let's go ahead and jump into it though.
Yeah.
I had pulled the list up.
Pull
I
the
feel
list
like a
up.
lot of y'all had seen this. I don't know how you missed it. And there was a list about all the places. It was like 28 of them. So it's like the Cheesecake Factory, Applebee's, Chili's, Chipotle, Olive Garden, the movies, Your House, any fast food chain, Buffalo Wild Wings, Wingstop, Red Lobster, a buffet, IHOP, Denny's, the gym, church,
Wow.
Starbucks, coffee dates, ice cream dates, family functions, movie night, Netflix, Hulu, etc. Somewhere that requires a long drive, bowling, nightclubs, hookah bar, a bar just for drinks, a Waffle House, and sports events.
So before we even dive into this, let me just say this right now. Let me just go here. So we're gonna go hard, and I'm not gonna say we're gonna go hard, but we're gonna talk our shit tonight because again, another femme has let us down. So there was supposed to be a femme here to defend this bullshit before we talk about it tonight. But again, I don't know if they're scared of us. This is the Lions Den. Maybe they scared to be in the den with us. But I'm just saying, we're looking for a woman, a feminine woman that can come in here and defend your shenanigans.
So, because right now, everything that we have to say, it's gonna be one sided,
Yeah.
and it's one sided for a reason. Like y'all not showing up,
Y'all
so
ain't
come on.
Yeah, y'all ain't showing up. Nobody's telling us y'all side of the story. So I am an asshole. And y'all know that from my past on this show. So I'm
Yes.
going to say whatever I want. And I'm going to talk some shit tonight. So I'm just letting y'all know. I'm giving the disclaimer. So don't be mad at Pat, okay? I'm just saying.
Gotcha.
So let's tap into this. So that was the list. And I think that it was put out by a male, correct?
I think Well, no, I think a male put it out, but I think it came from female
Yeah.
It came from
input.
a female page, and it was screenshotted on was like Justin or
Oh,
something
yeah,
like
him,
that.
yeah.
his page or something like that.
I'm not gonna lie.
Go ahead, because I'm about to say.
At least 20 out of 28 of these places are places where I'm going to take you, because who says that you worth me really busting my pockets open for you?
Yes.
And why have we allowed for social media to set the standard in a sense? Like, that's why you could tell, like, whoever created this list is some vain young woman. I have to say young woman because it's not a woman of substance or older woman that understands, like, you could go on an ice cream date, anything, because it's time spent. And that time spent, if it's the first date, it's like, I want to get to know you. It really ain't about the aesthetics of a place or where we are, the environment. It's sometimes if you on a good date, bruh, you'll forget where you at. Some of my best dates have been in my car. under some free starlight, the moon, and just chilling. Like, we so intertwined into the conversation that it didn't matter where we were.
The first date that I ever went on with the person I ended up marrying, we were in the Arundel Mills Mall. We were in the mall walking around for 5 hours.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And I
Like,
feel
you walked
like
the hell out that woman. I wouldn't have done that when you walked the.
But the
that goes to
the
show.
conversation, like
Yeah.
if you were in the car talking, listening to music, 5 hours can go by like so fast.
Hell yeah. I
Yeah.
can tell you this. Like, if you really have had a good life, and I'm gonna say a good life, and have really met some good people with some substance behind them, how many times have you went to drop somebody off and then y'all park and then you sit in the car and y'all just rap and it be like rapping for hours and it might be like 11 o'clock when you went to drop her off and y'all talk to the wee hours of the morning. Like, how many times?
It's like remind me of like puppy dog love.
Puppy dog.
Yeah.
But
Yo,
but it
you
is
be on the
exciting
phone,
like
you be,
that.
Like sitting this way, you sitting
Sitting
this
that
way,
way,
you
yeah.
done sat on the counter, done
Doing
stood
goofy
on the
shit.
couch, you done walked across.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You just vibing in the moment. And I think people get away from that with dealing with social media. They just gimme, and what they can take, whatever it is that you're going to give me. That's what I feel like a lot of femmes are focusing on.
And they're stuck on being able to take that picture. They always want to take a picture and document something. And I think that's why this list was comprised as well. Because honestly, nobody wants to say that they've been on, oh, where you take you? Oh, ice cream. Ice
Yeah.
cream. Like, no, that was probably a bomb-ass date at the ice cream parlor.
And it's like, you know how much we try to step away from like the heterosexual norms. I feel like this speaks to the heterosexual norms,
Most
honestly,
definitely.
because it's like, you know, if anyone wants to come on here and correct me if I'm wrong, but it's just like men have set the precedence from hunters and gatherers that, you know, we bring home the bacon, we the providers, we supposed to take them out, this, that, and the other. And I say is we as in men or now dominant women, we supposed to do all of those things, a heterosexual norm, to whereas though now even in the gay world, where we supposed to set our own norms and be different from those things, not to lessen or not be of quality or something like that. But we're not supposed to follow those same trends that heterosexuals have set.
Correct.
And so that's what I'm always bothered by. It's just like you letting with your homegirl who's supposedly heterosexual tell you what to do because she dealing with a nigga who's really trying to sometimes pay for the
Yeah.
goods.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And you've allowed for that to be your precedence to say how I'm supposed to show up in my relationship and what I'm supposed to give, and that's not cool.
They put you in a box.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? Like when I was young, coming up when I first came out being gay, I was asked, well, "Are you the male or are you the female?" It's like, bro, I never thought about that. I just like what it is that I wear, and I know I like women.
Yeah.
But they will put you in a box. Like, are you a dom, you femme, stem, stud? Like, it's so many daggone names, and now they adding on to the alphabet of the LGBT. I left at T.
Yeah, and we talked about that. We had a whole show about that, and it's just like, as my student called me, he has autism. He says, "Oh, you're just a traditional dyke," and I said, "Well, I don't like that word, but yes, I'm very traditional in the sense of I just like women. I'm not all into all of the other things, not to take away from it, but I'm just me, and just being me is I just love women, and it's just like." We get so caught up in all of these different things nowadays, and it's just like we're starting to conform more than we are starting to stand out, you know. And it's just like we try so hard, I think, as homosexuals to try to like force our differences on other people when it's just like, yo, own who you are, own your own path.
Yeah.
How was it for you coming out?
It was a mess. It was literally a mess. My little sister found a diary that I had wrote in, and she ain't like what I said about her, and she was all on revenge mode.
How old were you when you came out?
That was maybe when I was 14, 13 years old.
Okay. And she told your folks, and it was
Yeah, she gave the book right to my mom.
damn.
Gave the book right to my mom. My mom went crazy. She
Damn.
went off.
How is your family and like your mom treating the situation now? Are they more accepting?
My mom? Mm-mm.
No.
She don't like no woman I bring to her. Like,
Okay.
she don't like no woman I bring to her. But she does have a very flamboyant spirit when she's around other LGBT people. Like, I don't know what it is. I guess maybe she just didn't want that for her kids.
Mm-hmm.
So I felt like that was a boundary that was crossed for her. But you see her out, I done played football. She done came out to the football field, talked to everybody here and there. And I just be like, well, where this person at when I bring such and such to dinner,
Right. Yeah.
You be saying some off the wall. I be like, listen, you don't want me no more.
When you're around your family and your mom and you happen to bring someone around, do you modify your actions? Like, do you kind of lay off a little bit from the lady friend of yours, or do you introduce them as just your friend if they're your girlfriend?
I introduce them exactly who they are. If we just friends, we just friends. If you my girlfriend, this is my girlfriend. Hey, this is my godmother, or X, Y, and Z. I'm very straightforward. Yeah. And what I've told you between us as you've gotten to know me, I let you see it for yourself.
Yeah.
When you walk into the room, hey, you want to come here? She said she invited you. Let me know when you're ready to go.
Right.
Got you.
Nah, it's heavy, and it's just like I said, having another dominant woman on here, it goes to show that like we all go through, we all have our own stories, and it's just speaking of like one of the shows that we're gonna do soon is like the evolution of the dom, and it's like we're gonna find some real solid older doms to come on the show. I want to have like someone that's like super old to like somebody super young, and it's just like to see like where we are, in this dominant lesbian thing, or just in this lesbian realm that we've created. And it's just like we all have our stories, and it has to be captured. That's why this is the show for real. Like, that's why I wanted to make this show happen, because we need to tell our story, because there's so many different experiences. And it's just like me asking you about how you came out. It's like it's different, but somewhat similar. Like, we always get isolated. And even I saw it today at work. It's just like one of my dominant students, she's like, so if she could put her whole hoodie on, her whole body, she would, and it's just like, hey, I'm gay too, it's just like, we're right here. It's like 5 of us, like, we in here for you. But it's just like, you could tell that it's not comfortable for her at home. So it's just like, I'd rather just hide all of me at all times than to be open even here.
Yeah.
And so I have so much going on, and it's just like, I've never really taken to like wanting to be like, I'm the gay advocate. I am here, like, let the gays free.
You're the safe place.
Yeah, I'm the safe place. I've never been that person at work, but it's just like to see like how it shows up with another one of my students. She's like just as big as me, 13 years old, big as me. And the young lady, she was like chasing her around, and she was supposedly straight and all this other stuff. And I'm like saying it like, oh, this poor baby about to get a heart broken.
Oh,
like
that early crush situation.
I love individuals like you when you come around growing up.
Yeah.
Literally, it's like you can see it. You can literally see it. Like, that is not love. Just leave it. Just
leave it. And that's what I had to tell her. Like, just leave it. But old dude wound up cheating on her with some other girl, so now she's in the dom face, and I'm like, don't trust that hoe.
She jumps to the other fence.
Yeah, so her mom, the whatever she is, she's her parents are going against them even being friends. And so I had to have a conversation the other day, because they were skipping class together, and I had to have like this hard conversation with her parents. She's Jamaican, and I'm like, her mom is like, I know it was with such and such, and this is that and the other. Sure enough, Shorty was like missing for like 2 days. Came back to school, she had like bruises around her eyes and stuff like that. And I'm just like telling my coworker, like, yeah, she probably got like beat for even being around old girl, and it's just like, that shit is hard. And so it's just like, while she may be exploring her sexuality, it's still like she's being punished for her sexuality.
Yeah.
But times are definitely different too. I mean, I think when we were growing up, we weren't as open as young as they are now, and we also didn't have as many role models or people like us walking around to kind of identify that in us, and also kind of like give us a safe space to go to. So I feel like, I mean, if you and I both have worked with kids, so I already know the villa life, and I was able to identify a couple of them, and it's like, yeah, this is going to be a problem. But all you can do is let them do what they're gonna do.
Yeah. But it's so funny, like when they try to like dress a little more feminine for parent teacher conferences when they with their parents, as opposed to me seeing students literally walk down the street in like tight khakis, and then by the time they enter the building, they got on whole like sweatsuits and stuff like that, or they gym clothes, because that's how comfortable they feel, But your parents won't allow it. This shit is hard.
I used to take the littlest things and try to make it as masculine as possible. literally, I could turn a light pair of jeans with a jean jacket and some hoops, take the hoops out, put the studs, pin my hair up a certain way. You get what I'm saying? Like literally, I would turn my whole outfit inside out when I wanted to go to school because I was free to be who I was
Yeah.
at school. But I knew 6 o'clock when my mom showed up to pick me up, I better be back in.
Them hoops better be back in those ears, huh? Did you go through any of that like clothing? I guess identity crisis situation.
I was very feminine for 14 and 15. 14 and 15, I'm going to say 14 through 17. I was very feminine. I was always gay.
Okay,
Since
okay.
I've been 4 or 5, like always was the roughest of the toughest around the neighborhood. But it was just like I knew that my folks wasn't accepting of it, and to remember is like my mother was passing away right then
Oh
in that
yeah,
age.
yeah.
You know, those 4 years in my life. So it was just like for me, it was like I didn't want to bring that on her. But when so my mom said it my senior year when she was like a month from her death, she was like, "No, that's her girlfriend." She said, "My current girlfriend, which was my best friend, was my girlfriend. Like coming out of like being on morphine, like doped up, like in the hospital bed, hospice bed." And she was like, "That's her girlfriend." When somebody, you know, them ignorant ass aunties be like, "Where's your boyfriend at?" He be looking, they be like, "Bitch, you know damn well I ain't got no fucking
Oh my
boyfriend."
gosh.
But they try to put you on the
Yeah,
spot.
and my mom just like came out of like a nod, like that's her boyfriend on the phone, like that's her people's, and it was just like after that, it was like, well, shit's out the bag, you know. I'm going to be me, and it
But
was
don't
just
it feel
like,
good like when you can just do it
yeah,
and not have to think about it and just be you?
yeah. And I think that like just talking about just being you, I think that it's like I couldn't be with anybody else if I couldn't be me. And so why it's like we worried about restaurants and stuff like that. It's like you got to be with somebody that allows you to be you. Whether you at the Cheesecake Factory or wherever it is. I took my wife out the other night. We went and picked up our wine subscription the other night. We get like 3 bottles a month, so we'll let them accumulate. So we went and got our wine. We
Oh,
get
how's
like
the supply? I haven't gotten an invite.
you can still come over. You already come over anytime. We so we went out. We always go like probably like every 3 months we'll go and it's like a free wine tasting for like any new wine. So we always go and we always meet somebody while we're there. So after that we was fucked up, like we was toasted. So we was like, you know, where you want to go eat? It was out in Annapolis. And so I'm like, it's not much out in Annapolis, you know that.
Yeah.
And so it's like everything's closing down. It's like 10 o'clock. So I'm like, shit, like, where you
Trying
want
to
to
keep
go?
the vibe
Yeah.
going.
So it was like Cheesecake Factory right there. I make a lot of money. I'm not gonna hold you. So it's like my wife is not looking at me saying like, "Bitch, you better not take me no Cheesecake Factory." She's looking at like, "Hell
Yeah,
yeah,
let's
let's
go.
let's go eat.
let's go." We at the bar
I
like,
like a woman that's like that. To
yeah,
just go with the flow of things. You get what I'm saying? If I say, well, we gonna go here, and you be like, go ahead, like, or like I've had a woman tell me like I'm not that kind of girl.
that's
I'd be like,
what?
what? Like, what kind of girl are you? Like, what is it that you eat? Cause like when we first kicked it, like this is where we was eating at. As I
Yeah,
grew to know you, you get what I'm saying? We start trying a little bit more expensive.
Mhm.
It goes up a little bit. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Like you said, I'm not about to bust out my pocket with a whole bunch of crazy senseless money,
And they got
and
the
I don't
nerve to
even know.
want they got the nerve to want you to plan the whole date and then have
Mhm.
something to say about the date that you take them on. I feel like I do need to be able to be with someone who's able to just stay in the house sometimes and just be cool with just chilling in the house, or just like when I get home from work, I like to sit in the car. I'll be in the car for like an hour and a half sometimes, just sitting there.
Hell
Sometimes
yeah,
it's nice to have that person who you can just sit down with and just
yeah.
chill with. Like you don't always have to talk, you don't always have to be doing something. Just sharing space, being there with the other person. Like why does it always have to be, oh, what am I getting out of this?
So you think that like femmes basically cause it's like you know who you going after. You know, even if they approach you first, it's like you know who this person kind of is. Even when people try to pull a wool over your eyes, right? It's like you genuinely have a discernment about, well, you should have a discernment about who this person is, right? So it's like they be peeping, like
You can feel it.
yeah, you really can't not to say afford, but this really ain't you, you know, to take
Yeah,
me to wherever, I don't know, like Capital I don't know wherever the high spots
yeah.
are right now, but this really isn't you, and it's just like what else past you will attract me to you. So I feel like femmes really be with the okey doke right now. Like they really out here just trying to get a free meal.
a free meal, a free bill, a free whatever.
Bag,
A free,
anything.
free. You like my nails? You can pay for them. A free, all of that.
We are not
situation.
talk
niggas.
about
Have they hit
so
you?
so let me hit you with this. So when I really started like getting in committed relationships, I started paying attention. Like I ended up having a whole nail tech, like to do the girls that I was messing with their nails, because I feel like girls be trying to get over on you with the price, but I'm very attracted to a woman feet, hands, her teeth, her
Yeah.
head. Like
Let that
those
breath.
my main things I'm looking at. So I was like, oh, you like nails? Oh, you hit up, hey Selena, can you do this? Selena say no problem. She'll do it. But you ain't about to get $300 out of me. And I know Selena might charge me $125.
So you were
Right.
saying they were looking
They
to
think
get
that
you
I
to
don't
pay
know.
for other things, or like you didn't know what was really going
Correct,
on.
exactly. Like I told you, I grew up in the shop. My mother is a cosmetologist. You get what I'm
Right.
saying? So
Got you.
I can pinpoint when you asking me for certain stuff. I'd be like, yo, that's very out of for a quick weave, a 27 piece.
She
Like
said,
literally
"Quick
a
weave."
sewing. Like, nah, you're not about to do me like that.
Right.
Nah. I give you this, and you already know. Once if they ask you, they gonna ask somebody else to get the other part of what they want.
And that's sad. You gotta be on that type of time with people. Like, damn, you gotta have this shit calculated. You got it's like somebody trying to bust a move on you. Like it's really like being in the streets. Like anybody that ever was in these streets, getting that bag. It's like you gotta be 10 steps ahead because you gotta make sure nobody pulling the move on you for real. So it's just like we are literally in the day and age where as though dating is like selling dope in a sense. Like
Yeah.
you gotta be on your point because it's just like if not, somebody come in and hustle the fuck out of you,
And
take all your money, leave you with no product, and your ass gotta figure out a way to re-up your money because you'll be the one. There's so many people who get in so many jams. Oh, I put this car in their name. I gave them this card. They messed up my credit. They emptied my bank account, and you stuck on stupid, heartbroken, and broke, and got fucked up credit. Like that shit is terrible. Like
And she moving right along, still posting like
Yeah.
it's nothing.
And it's like, yo, I swear, like, I love I got mad love for one of my exes, but yo, Shorty did a number on me, but I blame myself in that. Like, I
Yeah.
blame myself because I still see how Shorty moved to this day, and it's like she hit a gold mine.
What are some of the red flags that you picked up on now that you like? Damn, I should have listened. I should.
Bruh, you couldn't keep a job. Like a person couldn't keep she couldn't keep a job.
Oh.
She never was really like found like a sound like career or like something she really wanted to do. The things that she wanted to do, it was just like it really wasn't a money maker. I'm aiming for this,
Correct, yeah.
and then you aiming for something way beneath. And not to say that you can't do that, but it's just like knowing the type of lifestyle.
You trying to do the bare minimum
Yeah.
to the table, and
But
I'm
you
trying
want-
to elevate and evolve.
Exactly.
You think I'm gonna carry us the
whole way.
the whole way? Like one thing I think about, like if I get sick, say like you married, if I'm married and I get sick, like what are you gonna do? Because guess what? Everything that we got saved, eventually that money gonna run out.
Yeah.
You start cashing in stocks and bonds and stuff that you got, like it's gonna run out. What do you do? When can I lean on you? And not only that, how long with these films? How long can I lean on you too? Because I could have carried us and gave you everything that it is that you wanted out of me, and then as soon as I hit, you like, oh yeah, I can't do that. Yeah, you looking at the time clock like it's time for me to replace you.
Yeah. Now my daughter, she dates guys, and she's like, child, just when y'all have children, your child gets old enough, Heather. It's like my child just want to date the dope boy. I don't know.
That's
Like,
what I mean.
it's
That's like her working at the strip club. It's quick money.
I know, but it's like the dumb dope boy. I don't know. I'm not even gonna get into it. But anyways, she was like telling him like, nigga, you need to go hit these sales and stuff like that. And I'm like, you shouldn't be encouraging this type of behavior.
Well, she trying to get him. She being a woman. That's what a
Yeah.
woman is there to do, to nurture and care and like motivate her significant
Yeah.
other.
But I want her to like, she always goes out and get her own, and it's just like she feel like she's always that feminine woman who is going after the independent woman. She wants somebody to take care of her, and I had to tell her like, for him, he's not that type of guy. He's not the biggest dope boy in the city and none of that. He's just doing it. And I had to tell her like, you may never find someone that's going to give you what you've given to other people.
Yeah.
And I think that we as doms have to realize that too. It's just like, if you dating down or you dating in certain circles, you're not gonna find someone that's gonna pour into you all the things you invested into other people.
Yeah, I realized that this past year, for me, being in my 30 block, um, me dating at a certain level and my intellectual conversation is at a certain level.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like with some women that I have let in my realm, I dumb myself down.
Mm-hmm.
Because then when I go around other people and talk to other people, they be like, "Oh yeah, like we could hold a conversation. We could talk about politics. We could talk about what's going on the world. We could talk about how you made this move on this FDHA loan for this house. Like we can talk and have conversation." I just be like, "Well, where these females' minds be at? Like I gotta build everything else. You have no really go get.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
just kind of piecing stuff together to keep my attention a little bit here and there. But for real, if we look at what it is that who wants what, it's not compatible. One is higher than the other.
I'm going to throw it out there. Jen, I'm going to say the name.
Yes.
Jen is
Jen.
the situation. I told you, you remember that I had years
we talked
ago.
some months ago. She
For
slid
real.
in my DMs. She said some wild shit, but that's my babe.
Well, tell her I said I hope she trips and falls.
Okay.
But
Wow.
no, for real. Like you already know. But that's my example of dating someone who's very beautiful, very attractive, but it's rocks in between your ears. Like she was at my house. I remember like I came home from work one day, and of course she's in the house, and this chick had used all of my printer paper. Told me we were out of paper. Like she's printing Nicki Minaj song lyrics. That's what you're doing,
Hold on, wait a minute.
right?
Pause
What
for
are
the
we
cause.
What are we talking
How
about?
old is this person who printed the song
Okay,
lyrics?
so
and why are
It was a
the
long
lyrics
time
being
ago.
printed?
I was like, how old was that? I was probably like 25, and she was.
Yeah, we was young. It was
We
early.
were young. We were young. We were young. But that situation, like, and it was good. You know, again, she was not unfortunate looking. She was very, very beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
I liked taking her out to the football parties. You know, it was good, kind of showing her off. But in real life, it really is like you really just look good. Nothing. There's no planning. She just wanted to work to get money to buy food and use all my printer paper
And
So.
smoke weed.
and smoke. Anyway,
Smoke weed.
yeah,
And Heather wasn't
All
even
day,
smoking
every
weed
day?
back then.
Heather. Anyway.
Yeah, amongst those things.
God.
I'm just saying, like, sometimes you do have to go into situations like, yes, they may look good, but you do also have to plan. What exactly is this person going to do? Can this person have like the strength to want to take care of us? Can they take care of us?
Yeah.
Are they going to be willing to get more than one job if need be?
Yes,
But
yes.
let's ask this question. Are we willing to be by ourselves if these women are not on our level or we don't have anyone else to entertain us?
Put them in a drought.
Explain.
Put
They're
their
gonna go to
asses in-
men. And then they're going to come
Listen,
back.
Well,
but
good.
listen,
Get
but
the
let me
fuck
say.
over
So
there.
all right. So my philosophy on that's actually because I call them psychodikes. You get what
Yeah.
I'm saying? We I don't like the word dyke. You get
But
what
no,
I'm saying?
psychedelic is
But
real,
I call it psychodite because it's a lot of people in this pool of lesbian, bisexual, whatever they call themselves. You get what I'm saying? And that's not really what they really suffering from, like childhood trauma. Somebody, a male touched them, and now to be with a male is just turned off completely to them. So really, I think that will eliminate those
Okay.
if you put them in a drought and just be like, yeah, nah, I like, what do you have for me?
Yeah.
Just like they ask us, what do you have? I want this. I like shoes. I like to be taken out. I like to be courted too. Like you're asking and you're saying you want to be a woman with a woman. So
You should
if you want a
understand.
man, go be with a man.
Do you
Yeah.
date straight women?
That is the worst. No.
Not anymore, or you
Never.
or you don't. You never gone there.
I went there one time, and literally she was messing with a hobo. She was literally just like you said, like your daughter, she was literally messing with a whole hobo, and I was doing everything. Like she was getting Uggs up off of me. She was getting dates. We was always in the mall, and I was young. I was probably like 19, 18 years old, and I was like, oh no. I'm like, yo, this dude live in the whole storage unit. Like literally, he was living. So basically, this how it happened. I was dating her or whatever, and I was going to school, I was going to college to get my associate's degree, and I met him there through a group of crowd of friends. So I was like, hey, yo, like, add me on Facebook. So he had his laptop. So he was like, this my, my stuff. So I see her message pop down of her Facebook name. Like, literally, like, picture, everything. So I click it. He over there having fun. Everybody laughing. So I get to scrolling.
Damn.
How she saved her last meal so he could eat it because he ain't got no food. How she ordered extra stuff at the table. Nah, I'm a little. Listen.
Come on, femmes now. Somebody got to defend this shit now.
Listen. Now I was young. You get what I'm saying? So I'm like, yo, like, so when I seen her and rolled up on her, I was like, yo, who is such and such? She was like, huh? I was like, yeah, who is such and such? You call him bae, you call him this. Like, listen. I can't do that. I can't do that.
Did you circle back? Ever?
Circle back? No.
Okay.
Hell no.
Literally, the one that I just broke up with, that's the only one I probably would circle back for.
Okay.
Like, that's the only one. But any other ones before that,
Yeah. Damn.
How long were y'all dating before you found out about Hobo?
a year.
Damn.
I had graduated. She had 1 year left.
So she just was like, whoa. Did she eventually?
Did she eventually what?
She probably had a baby by that nigga. She probably got.
No, she didn't. She actually dating one of my bros now that I grew up with. Like, I had to put him on. Like, yo, like,
watch out.
Like, yo, like, watch out. I was like, she could have had changed. She called me. She was like, yeah, after I had told him, because I was like, yo, I don't never see you post her. And me and him haven't been around each other in like a minute because, life.
Yeah.
So I said, yo, like, watch her. Like, she did me real dirty. Like, she got bags and everything out of me being so young. He was like, yo, get out of here. I'm like, listen, bro, you do whatever it is. Maybe she might have changed since the year's time have passed. She messaged me on Facebook, yeah, I'm going to kill you. Like, literally was on some wild stuff. Hope you die of AIDS.
Damn.
I'm going to pull up. I'm like, girl, I'm driving a truck right now. Where I'm going to pull up to?
You blew her up. Now homies and talked about her and they done spread her reputation around. But yes, she needed to be exposed. Somebody should have beat her ass.
That's crazy.
For real.
So like you said, you got to be mindful. You got to keep your head on a swivel with dealing with these femmes. Because they'll be acting like all I've been with was women. Because that's what she told him. Like, all she been with was men, and she only had one, like, female experience. I was like, no, that wasn't a lie. It's like 2 people more before me, and she was dipping and dabbing in between.
Yeah, and that's the fucked up
STDs.
part. Yeah. Today, one of my former peers or whatever, she posted today, like, yeah, I just think it's time for me to just try the other side. And I'm like, what?
I hate when they say that.
You fucking manly to try the other side.
Well,
she said, which one would I want? A man, a dominant one, or a femme? I'm like, yeah. But I also saw a post the other day that said, y'all can't find the right man because you really belong with a woman. So it's like, I think that, like, we always have, this is our magic word on this show is like fluidity. And it's just like, we get it. Life is very fluid right now. And it's just like, at some point in time, though, as a grown woman or man, just saying, you have to make a decision. You can't keep on going back and forth about who, what, when, and why, because it seems like what's to your advantage in that moment. An opportunist. It doesn't seem like you really battling with your sexuality. It seems like what's more beneficial for you within that season of your life. So I feel like for somebody who's dating, dating, it's just like, y'all gotta have some hard conversations with these people and really like pick their brains, because it's just like buying a car. You're not just buying the first thing off the lot or the thing that shines the most brightest or whatever it is. You got to go through that payment. You got to really see, like, really do your goddamn Carfax report on these women, because it's bad out here.
And dating is like a form of test driving a car. I feel like you.
Hell yeah.
Sometimes you know, and the car just looks so good and just drives so smooth. You're like, well, maybe if I just break it in a little bit, or I put new wheels on here or something like that. But nah, go with your gut.
That down payment, that insurance look like.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? The oil change, the tune up, what is going.
miles per gallon,
Hell
all of
yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Nah, I said, I see it. I just can keep going. True life moment. Shan's always gonna kill me. I love you so much, Shan, but she's always gonna kill me. Talked to had a conversation or whatever, and I just realized like that I made the right decision. Like just I've had several conversations over the last couple of weeks with people or women of my past or about women of my past, and it's just like in those moments where it's just like I really have people always ask me, how's marriage? And it's just like, I'm married. Like I don't know. I haven't had a significant or really a good answer in a sense. Like it's like I'm married.
The
It's cool.
divorce rate is so high, make
Yeah.
people scared to get married.
Yeah, but it's like it hasn't been till more recently that I've been able to like put words to like really how marriage life is, and it's just like it's wonderful. I met my person, but also it's just like it takes a moment to reflect on your past, and it's just being like the first ex I talked about. There was the opportunist, the lurch. She was all about wanting to be taken care of. Even now, some shit don't look right in that situation. She still where she was when I left her 10 years ago. And then it's like the more recent ones, it's kind of like I am very thankful that I made the decisions I made. Nothing against them, but it's just like you really gotta understand that if you feel like you're not enough for a person, it's because that's not the person for you.
Facts.
It's really like that nowadays, and it's just like if you find yourself continuing to having to go from the Cheesecake Factory to all these different restaurants and all these different things and the different gifts to continue to level up or try to get more attention and love from this person, I tell you what, if a woman can love a nigga that's a hobo
That part.
and the only thing he got to offer you is a dick, you damn sure can't step to me as a woman who is though I got all my ducks in a row. And you still wanting more from me, but you'll settle for a nigga that only got a human body part for you. That's some crazy shit to really think about. So it's just like women, we really gotta get on our shit nowadays, and it's just like you can't be mad when a dominant woman see a femme and you thinking you about to come up on this dom, and it's like, nah, we gotta wisen up, and be able to call that shit out and be able to be alone until you find somebody that's really on your level.
I'm real quiet because I'm just taking it in. It's really making me think.
Yeah.
You came a long way.
I have.
Hell
I
yeah.
have.
You say that about me often, but I'm
Yeah.
impressed right now because it really does make sense. Like you have to be able to be with someone who is just about you.
Yeah.
Because in the end, it's going to be one day when you don't have shit to offer anybody but you.
That's
and
it.
It's like, do you want to stay here?
That part.
Yeah. And it's like,
Am I enough? And it's just like, well, I'm enough for me. And if I'm not enough for you, if like you were always asking me for more and more and more, we got to come on the come up. Now, how about we're on the come up, not you on the come up? You know what I mean?
Exactly. So it's hard, but I just feel like dating right now, just hearing that I have so many straight women, straight friends, and then gay friends and stuff like that. And it's just like, I'm thankful, but at the same time, I empathize in a sense. Like, this shit is just so surreal. It's just so superficial in a sense. It's just not real people out here. And I don't know the key to how to find somebody. I ain't pray the Sierra prayer. I ain't pray no prayer for my wife. It was just like more about myself in that moment and really getting in tune with myself to get to a place where it's though like I was enough for me. So it was like any woman I met, meeting my wife was just like, oh, she's good, but she's an addition to who I am in a sense.
Mo, what do you do in those moments when you're kind of like lonely and you just want to just go out and have fun with somebody? Technically being single.
Man, bro, it's been hard. Like literally, my patience. I don't even get past to even get there to even meet them. Cause literally, it's like for real, it's like them filling out an application. I'm just like, no. Like now, that's why I just said if I had to double back and that person wanted to make it work, I will go ahead. Because like a lot of these, they don't qualify for just the basic stuff.
Yeah.
Like when I was growing up, I was told, I had I guess you could say like a gay auntie, you know what I'm saying, at the rec center. And she would like coach me and tell me. And it was like, she was like, you looking real fly walking from the bus stop, but you don't have no car. Like your priorities not in line. And I was like, yeah, I do look real fly walking. It's kind of sweated the whole fit out. So it's just like, if I'm asking you that and you at 35, like if I show you some of these messages, like some of these women are even 44 years old.
Not having a car, just not having their shit together.
Yes, and I just be like, bro, like, you know how many times I be like, yo, nah, I gotta have this, or before I approach her, like, I gotta have this together. You get what I'm saying? Like, I gotta come at her a whole different way, no matter like if it was kind of cheesy or it was like a two up, but they don't have it. Like, they real life, like, I'm not seeing them, and
Because they feel like, not to cut you off, but they feel like their beauty is enough. That's why they don't have it, and it's just like, yo, it's hard out here financially. I don't give a fuck. Like I said, I make a lot of money, but nigga, my lifestyle is up there too. So it's like, shit is hard.
Inflation, shit ain't getting cheaper.
Exactly.
I see them as a bill and a liability now.
Exactly.
Like, literally, once I get to talking to you, I'm like, okay, you a bill. You're not saying anything for real to stimulate.
Damn.
Shoot, I've had some of them. Like, one girl, she was a tourist, and I was talking to her. She was laying right next to her whole significant other, texting me. Yeah. I was just like, bro, like, cause you ain't nothing but probably some fun. You a hit and smash.
Mm-hmm. What are some so I do some soul searching, and I had just do some basic standards. Like, one of my things was passport. Gotta have a passport.
Yes.
Put that on the list. Like, I'm 38 years old. I feel like the bracket of women that I'm gonna be dating or talking to, you know, it might be a situation where I want to just go somewhere over the weekend, and you don't have a passport. Like,
listen,
okay,
I'm trying
to each his own.
They out there. I literally so the one that I asked about the car, very nice, beautiful young lady. I was trying to see if I could pull her up, and to read the messages to y'all. But literally, I started off asking about what she do for a living and things like that, and what she like, what she don't like, any pet peeves, you know, just basic conversation. Yeah. I got past the car. That was probably like the other day. I was like, I'm not going to even message her back. Like, this is such a turn off. But I'm like, I just need something to do in my spare time. So I thought, I'm going to try you again today.
See, Mo ain't ready to be alone.
That's what it is.
I'm going to just try. No. You're not coming into this space. I'll meet you outside. You're not coming to my house.
Yeah.
You're not about to meet my family. None of that. You're not about to meet no friends. Listen, when I want to entertain you, that's where I'm at right now.
Right.
I'm okay going home alone and just being like, okay, I'm about to watch some Netflix.
But you decided to spin back around and give her a try.
I just asked her one simple question. It was about the passport. Literally, I was like, do you got, like, girl, what can I do with you? Like, y'all saying y'all don't want to go here, but when you try to elevate to be able to take one of them there, they can't even go there. And then she was like, she was telling me about she had just recently moved from California to somewhere in Virginia, and I was just like, well, did you take your car with me? And she was like, yeah, I just be Uber and Lyft all around. I'm like, yo, like,
that's a car payment a month.
Then I told she was like, yeah, I be renting cars. It's like, we too old for that. You keep renting. By the time you rent cars, keep going here and there, you done got a car payment, insurance, and more.
Financially illiterate. Yeah. So what's some of your standards, Mo? Like, what does a woman? What's a must have for a woman? Like, non-negotiables, like must have.
She must have her own place.
Yeah. Okay.
She must have her own place. Every femme that I've approached that had their own place, like, that was like I said, they got their own standard. And some things I think as doms, studs, we don't really look at. We looking just at the face.
Yeah.
But when you step back and look, be like, dang, yeah, I probably don't really want to be bothered with you that much. So, yeah, do you got your own place? Do you got your own car? Because I like to dip out.
Mm-hmm.
And that was one thing that I liked about my ex, is that we could look at each other, like, and be in the same room and just read each other's face.
Wow.
And everybody else be like, hit that little two-step.
Yeah, we out.
See, you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
She also has to have a job. Like, she has to be settled in her job.
Right. So, because I'm about to say, one of my friends, my friend, she says the person has to, she's some big time project manager. She's like the one you was hitting on at my engagement party.
Why you gotta throw me out there? But yeah,
as I thought about that the other day, because I was like, do you want to date a woman? I'm like, who could I set you up with? You're the only gay person I know. So I'm like, damn. And I was like, no, that's not gonna work. And so, anyways,
I made it a little bit. I'm just saying.
So she was like, the person has to make 6 figures. And I'm like, come on now. Like, But she was like, no, you have to understand because I like certain things in life. And she is a little vain. I will say that. I love her dearly, but she's a little vain.
Thank God I dodged a bullet.
Yeah, exactly.
But let me say this: what's wrong with that though?
Exactly. That's what I said.
No. I'm gonna play devil's advocate, but
But why does it have to go directly to six figures money? Why can't it be like you
Because
manage your money well?
You can't go through certain doors that I can go through.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
if we just first start talking and you not neither on that level, and it's like I'm trying to carry you.
That's what she
and
said.
And a lot of people feel I'm tired. Like me personally, I'm tired of carrying people.
Yes.
Like I feel like I done carried a lot of people. I done healed a lot of people.
My back is done.
So right now, if you broken, I'm not trying to heal you. If you got financial issues, I'm not trying to hear that. Like, don't get on the phone and talk to me like, oh, I don't know how I'm going to pay this bill. Like one of my friends, one of the girls he talking to, she talked to him about bills all the time. Bill, they don't live in the same place. They literally just like openly dating. I'm like, no, I don't want to hear.
Well, she's not ready. She shouldn't be dating. She's looking for a financial
somebody to take
care of it.
So once you get to that level of six figures, it's like, okay, I can kind of maneuver with you. It's not all about that. It's just like, say if we going to a gala or we going to a certain function, you know what I'm saying? Like I know your swag or how you dress and the way you talk in certain rooms you can maneuver in.
Yeah.
If you not on that level, you can't. You're not ready for that.
That's it. Maybe I should hook you up with Nicole. But no, she said that's what she was saying. She was like, it's less about the actual number and more so about the lifestyle. Correct. She was saying because it's just like she's a wine drinker. She's like she has to go to those work functions and she has to. You have to be able to understand like not even where she is, but the journey in which she's come through. And so it's just like you only understand that when you've been a part of something. You work for that 6-figure income. Correct. So it's like you know how to show up. And that's what she was saying. And it's just like, at first I was like, because I know how she is. I think I hear you when it's just like, no, what's wrong with that? But then I also be like, Nicole.
Now, if you're looking for me like Birkin bags or stuff like that, like, no, nah, sweetheart. That's something that come later down the line.
Exactly.
That's come later down the line. But I want to be able to date you, and it's not always about money. Mm-hmm. Like if you making 6 figures, us stopping past, say American's Best Wings, and then we go and we just watch the sunset, and we literally just chill and like you said, vibe out. Like that let me know we got a bigger connection, and that it's not just about the money. The money and stuff is extra. The lavish life is extra to be able to go here and go there and have those experiences. Yeah. So I feel like you got to be able to do both.
Yeah, and I think that goes for your friends too. I think that like honestly, we depend so much on our significant other to give us those things in life and be that substantial partner. But it's just like sometimes you gotta look at your friends too. Your friends, you have to elevate on all levels, and it's just like maybe if you're trying to acquire a relationship on that type of level, it's just like. You yourself may represent all of that, but you also got to put yourself in certain social situations to attract that type of woman too. Because I say that to my single friends all the time. What are you doing to find that type of person? If you hanging out at Golden Dragon or you hanging out at certain places, you're not to say you can't find them there, but how would you spot that type of person in that crowd? So if you're not in those certain social settings, you're not going to find that type of quality person sometimes. Yeah. So sometimes you got to change your friend setting. You got to change your social setting also to find those type of women that you're looking for.
What they say, it's like shopping for Gucci at Walmart.
Yeah.
You just not going to find it.
At all.
I realized that when I used to go and try to go grocery shopping or something like that. Like go grocery shopping or
go to Wegmans. Don't go to Aldi. If you're trying to find.
I actually want to find somebody at Aldi's because they be the women that know how to budget.
Yes.
And Aldi's is technically the sister store of Harris Teeter, but I'm just saying like.
You know what I'm saying?
It's the type of groceries that are there. Yeah.
That's the better place.
Yeah. Oh, okay. If there's more variety of couscous and the dips, that's probably the 6-figure women. But if you just going for the the canned meat and the spam, you're not about to find 6 figures in spam aisle.
Have it up after this show.
Let me go in Wegmans. You know
Let's
what
now
what
you
time they
looking at
close?
work. What time they close? What the fuck?
Coming live from the den and the cereal aisle.
All right,
Yes, let's go.
It's too funny, but nah, I'm glad that we just didn't necessarily bash the films, but we have real questions for whatever film decides to step up to the plate because we're tired of assuming in a sense. We're tired of speaking for y'all and going solely off of our experiences, and it's just like we're looking for a film that's gonna come in here that's really gonna represent, but give us maybe we need more than one film. Maybe we need a couple of them to come in here and really be able to answer these questions and help us to understand the mindset because we lost in a sense. We don't know. They don't know as people out here dating. They don't know what to look for or what to present or what to attract anymore because everything is so superficial. And I know it's some great women out here because I have a great feminine friend that I just be like, why the fuck are you still talking to this bitch? Leave her alone. And I hope and I know you're gonna watch this show and I want you to know I'm talking about you, Plum.
Leave a comment.
So yeah. So anything else y'all want to wrap it up on?
Honestly, I feel like I would love to sit in on a conversation with a group of femmes, like like the old Spike Lee movies where he would always have like 9 or 10 of them in a room just kind of talking. Like I would love to just sit in on one of those conversations with a bunch of lesbian women who date doms, and I want to see what y'all's take is. So if somebody having a sleepover summer party, hit me up.
Yeah.
I'm trying to
next girls' night. We need to post up like.
I'm trying to. I won't even talk. Yeah, I will be there. I'm good. I'm versed. I can do it.
I'll send Heather. Mo, we enjoyed your company today. Anytime you want to come on, we welcome you here. Your energy is good. We're big on energy. Heather be like, let's bring a dom in. I'd be like, who is it? I just be like, I'm not for the shits, but I really appreciate your energy and just your maturity. Even at 30, I'm 34, Heather's 38, and it's just like you have a very mature vibe. So what I'm saying is, ladies, if you meet her qualities, her standards, I don't know about Heather. I don't know where Heather is in her dating realm.
Anyway, Mo, drop your Instagram handle so people can hit you up.
I like how you flipped that.
Yeah.
It's MO3__30 because I'm 30.
Could you repeat that?
MO, the number 3__30.
Okay, y'all heard it here. She's looking for something.
Have a passport.
Just have a passport.
Have a car.
Just be willing to just go with the flow. I'm not asking nothing from you. Please don't come asking, looking for nothing from me.
You can be yourself. You
Yeah,
don't
just be
have
like
to
you.
front on her. You don't have to front on Heather. Be yourself. But we looking for some films. So any films that listen to this show, feel free to come on here. Don't be scared and getting nervous and shit. As you see, it's very chill. I'm not going to attack y'all. I simply want answers so I can help the village.
It'll be one of the best conversations you'd ever have, I think.
Yeah.
A lot of clarity.
So we appreciate y'all. You know how we end this show every show. Tell a friend to tell a friend to tell another friend about In the Den. We out.
All right.
All right.
Well, we got some hoes on here. Let me stop.